Welcome back to the Radio Hyperactivity channel. I know I promised you an installation video for the repeater that we built last week, but sadly the weather in Norway is not really set up for these sort of activities. So that's gonna sadly have to wait for at least a few more days. In the meantime, we're gonna do another MeshCore video, and today we're gonna build this nice little companion device. This is built around the Heltec V4 board. It's a very nice, interesting board. It's got a bit of a nicer display, and it's also got output power between 0.5 and 0.8 watts, which is quite significant for anything using LoRa modulation. This is not something I would recommend using in a common case, because you risk drowning out too big of an area, and you only end up sending signals to places and people that can't really reply back to you with their 100 milliwatts, which is the normal power delivered by these things. But for certain things like range testing or extraordinary circumstances, it could be potentially a very, very cool device. So if you want to see how I build this, stick around. Putting this thing together should be simple enough. Just 4 3D printed parts, a battery, the V4 module, an antenna, and 3 screws. So let's get cracking. First we need the module, and we need to figure out which one of these connectors are for the battery. And this says Sol and this says Bat, so I'm betting this is the one for the battery. Then it's just a matter of getting this in the right way around, which I think is this way. And yeah, screen turns on. Very nice. Let's continue. See, we need in addition to this, because in this box there was just this stupid little antenna, so we need a pigtail to connect the board to the external antenna. Luckily I've stocked up on several of these connectors, so that's not a problem. And I've said this before, this is one of the most scary things I do with the radio, attaching these tiny connectors. Just try and align it, press it down, and be rewarded with a nice little click. Seems to be working, and we should be ready to put the board in the enclosure. See? Yeah, once again, nice click. Very nice build, this or design, this case. See if this is long enough. Ah, perfect. That's so well done. Excellent job from whoever designed this enclosure. And I think the only issue I'm going to have with this is that it's going to be a little bit difficult to fasten this nut. Let me zoom you in for this. Let's see. We'll try our best, but there's just, yeah, that's too many washers. Let's remove one of these locking washers. Keep the thin one and remove the big one. So back with the thin one and the nut, and we'll see if we can, yeah, getting this entered. And then the challenging bit is now to screw this or fasten this really well. The good news is that there's an hexagonal hole on the back here that's going to hold this in place, so even if it comes a little bit loose, it's not going to unscrew itself completely when you put the antenna on, which is, I guess, is a good thing. But yeah, kind of difficult to get this fastened. We'll see if we can manage with some pliers. This, yeah, might not be the most entertaining thing to watch, but at least you get an idea of what you have to go through to build this this module into this case. And yeah, it's actually progressing quite nice. I think we're getting this nice and tight. There's even some brass shavings coming off the nut, so I'm probably using enough force at least. So a little bit more, maybe. Oh, that's, hang on. That's all I can do. Let's see. Is the antenna going to fit nicely on here? Absolutely. Very nice. All right, that was the first part. Next up, there's this shield. Let's get the antenna wire back in its place and make sure you're where you're supposed to be. So we put the shield in there. Yes, very good. And the last part, I guess, before the screws would be to just put the battery in. What way? We'll have to put it in this way. And we'll have to find somewhere for the wires to rest, I guess. That should be probably something like that. Let's try it. Are we able to completely close it? No, not completely. And yeah, I did notice one thing we forgot, and that was the buttons. We need to put these in first. That should have been the first thing we did, actually. But yeah, there we go. Buttons are in place. And module in place. Let's see if we can get this over here. And just forcing this down into here. And all right, this should be able to get this this battery cable lined up so that it doesn't get in the way. Let's just try it like this and see if it works. This does look close to me. All right. We'll put it, okay, putting it upside down, we'll actually press the buttons, so let's not do that yet. Let's just put the little screws in, and screw it together. These are, well, they are not really self-tapping screws, but in this application, they're used as self-tapping screws, so don't over-tighten them, because then you'll just clear out the the little bit of grip these threads actually have. I think that should be enough, is it? Compared to this. And yeah, there we go. And this one can go a little bit further in. I think. There we have it. Nice. There's a tiny bit of stringing here. Very annoying. There we go. LoRa Mod 0, it says. All right. Let's put the antenna on and take a look at this thing. This looks really nice, I think. And yeah, with this module being potentially up to 0.8 watts and at least I think someplace between 0.5 and 0.8 watts. This could be very cool for its uses, as I spoke about. But yeah, let's go on and flash it. So I'll meet you at the computer screen in just a little bit. Flashing this thing should be simple enough. Just go to this website, flasher.meshcore.co.uk, and you have to search for your device. And this is called the V4. And we want the community, there we have it. You see a picture of it even. We want the community firmware, and we want to flash a Bluetooth companion. We select. You get to select the version. See no reason to do anything but the latest one. And we will also choose to erase anything that's on there already. When we push the flash button, you get the serial port selection dialog. And as you can see, there are no serial ports here now. But when we plug this into USB, we should see one appear. And we do. It's already reached COM20 on this Windows installation. This is going to be interesting, I think. But yeah, select the one that pops up when you plug the device in. Press connect, and the flashing begins. And I think this is going to take a little while, so I will fast forward through this, and I'll meet you back on the other side. And with that, we are done, so we can close this one. And we should have had the unit flashed. And looking at the display now, I think we need to disconnect the USB cable and press the reset button, and we'll see if it comes up as a companion. Final part of setting this up, you need to start the MeshCore app on the phone and select connect. And we can see here there are two different MeshCore devices, my existing one and the new one on top. So we will click on that, and if you click the top button, it's going to tell us what the pin is. In this case, it's 858242. 858242, and we select pair. And there we have it. We're connected to the device, and now we should be ready to configure it. Let's see. That's probably under the cog. Yes, it is. So we can give it a name. I will call this Radio Hyperactivity V4. Let's see, we save that, and here we have the option to copy the public key, and we can also upload our existing public key if we're changing to this one from another device. We will share position adverts and confirm that, and let's see, we will use here in Norway we use EU UK narrow settings. Which will give you this. We will not enable repeater mode. Here we can manage keys if we want to import our identity from another device, Bluetooth settings, contact settings, a whole lot of settings, but you don't actually need any of this to get started. So we'll just confirm that. And with that, we have the client set up. Let's see now if we can manage to go to the public channel, and we'll send a message. Test from new enhet, that's Norwegian, means test from a new device, and we'll just send that out. And yeah, I received that. Let's see if I can show you this. I received that on, this was, it's not really easy. Come on. And maybe, there we go. Can you focus, please? There we go. So that showed up on my my other device. So that means it's working. That's it for today. The Heltec V4 in a very nice 3D printed enclosure. If you liked the video, please consider giving me a thumbs up. If you're interested in MeshCore or other radio related topics, then please consider subscribing. If you have any comments, any questions, please leave them below. I usually learn a lot from the comments left below my videos. Other than that, I'll just say until next time, thank you so much for watching.